Hey everyone, welcome. So glad to have you here. I am Natalie Chami from Korg, and today I'm going to show you the magic of one of our newest synthesizers, the opsix. I'm going to just start off with this program called Detroit Trill. Here we go. All right, so if you are new to synthesis entirely, or if you are a mega FM synth head, I think that this synthesizer can be exciting for all walks of synth players, honestly. So something that Korg did with this FM synthesizer is not only put what may have been very under the hood, hard to get to manipulation right directly onto the panel, but they also added the altered FM synthesizer aspects. So this synthesizer not only has FM synthesis directly at your fingertips, but you also get you have your 3 effect processors. So meaning you can have 3 different totally effects with 30 effects to choose from at your fingertips. And not beyond that portability and the function within the synthesizer having those effects, I think you need to think about as a player, as a live player, the size of the synthesizer is super awesome, the lightweightness. So one, if I wanted to not bring pedals to a gig, I have those effects directly in here, and I have something that is lightweight at my fingertips. I don't have to think about too much, like how am I going to dig deep into the menu, though I will show you all of those things today. If you are totally new to FM synthesizers and you're like, give me some sort of overview, otherwise I'm checked out. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. So first of all, welcome. I'm Natalie, if you're just logging in. If you are, I would love it if you put it in the chat, like if you're new to synthesizers, or if you're just new to FM, or if you have this synth and you're like, show me a little bit about it, go ahead and put that in the chat. That would be super cool to be able to kind of cater to our audience today. All right, so if you are new, let's see what's going on in the chat. Is anybody doing that? Considering getting it? Cool. All right, maybe you'll tune in and let us know where you're all from too. It's great that, even though we're like trapped in the internet world right now and live streams, that allows us all to come together from different places. All right, so let's talk about FM synthesizers. Frequency modulators. This synthesizer has 6 operators, and instead of menu diving, you can actually see the 6 different operators right here, and they're color coded, which is really great to show how the operators are functioning. So we have carriers and modulators. Our carriers, I'm gonna go to initialize patch, so something that has no program in it. As you're seeing me scroll, by the way, there are 250 programs already made in here for you to just directly play, not even have to make anything. And we'll go through some of those today. It's super cool that they're at your fingertips. So if you are new to synthesis, that's, super helpful. But then there are also 250 other banks where you can save your own patches too, which is tight. That's so many. So 500 sounds in total. Okay, I'm going to hit yes. So as you see, program knob, super easy to see. Hit yes. Now I'm in an initialized patch. Right here we have our levels. So I'm going to just bring them all down. It's like your mixer saying which operator is sounding at which volume. And then I have my 6 operators. The pink, even like I said, I love the color coding. It's telling me, if you forget, what does pink stand for? Carrier is pink. Your modulators are purple or blue or in red. I don't know how you're seeing your colors. Subjective a little bit. But right now I have operator 1 functioning as a carrier. So let's turn up that volume. Okay, and then I have my purple, my modulator, functioning with carrier 1. All right, I'm going to bring that up. So, by the way, if you are mega new, our carrier is which frequency, which range, which pitch am I hearing? So let's just play one note. This is where it started. Now as I turn this, you're going to see half ratio. It's going lower. I'm turning to the left. Even lower by octaves, right? Super bassy. So that's another quality. Sometimes I look into synths, like how bassy can it go and how high pitch. And this, honestly, with frequency, we're getting into like dog whistle territory, right? All the way up there. Okay, so that's what our carrier's doing. And let's bring up our modulator. That's the quality. So how am I affecting or modulating that frequency? What are some words that you would use to describe these FM synthesizers? I'm curious. Chat it up. I personally, coming from an analog background, I think of them as higher frequencies, right? Like higher pitched, but also like that's just my initial like judgment, I just showcased how low this can go. Like that's not high pitched, right? But also you get the glassy sounds, you get the sparkly sounds, you get the really like pretty fluttery sounds. And then also because of those high frequencies with the digital synth, they're going to be great for piano tones. They're going to be great for percussive tones, chime-like sounds, bells, brass, all of these things that have timbres that have those higher frequency resonances. This synth is accessible to those sort of timbres, right? And then also splatterhouse, like crunchy, sick noise sounds too. Right? Easy. From like this beautiful chimey sound to what I also think is beautiful. But total different aesthetic, right? All right. That's how our carriers and modulators work. Here's why would I have more than one carrier? You're getting a fuller sound with having the different ranges of spectrum, right, across. So if I want to bring up operator 3, which is a carrier right now, you have that higher frequency and you're getting just a more lush, full tone with 6 operators. And then you get, at the axis of your fingertips, the quality can change with the modulators. Also, hi again, if you're just logging in. James from Korg is also in the chat to answer any questions you have if you see that I'm not answering them. Metallics, I love. Complex, organic, fuzzy. Yes, I love it, love it, love it. I love to use non-synth terminology sometimes to describe the musical aspects of sound because that's what we can relate to. If you don't know anything about synths, well, you can describe sound with color, with objects, with whatever. So think about it that way when you're creating your sound palette. All right, there's our carriers, our modulators. I think that's a nice, just quick general understanding. You're also going to hear terms like algorithms. So our algorithms are how each operator is functioning against each other. You have your carrier and your modulators, right? So currently you can see that the light 1 on operator 1 is functioning as a carrier, and then operator 2 is functioning as a modulator. This has 40 algorithms that are already pre-made in here, and I'm going to just show you that. If we're looking again at our panel, we have our mixer, our operator mixer area. Going to the right, you have A, B, C, D, E, F. That's it, not G. And that is going to directly align with what's on your screen. Super easy, right? Intuitive. I'm going to switch my algorithms right now. So because it's on the far left, my far left knob, switching to, you can see on my screen, let me make sure it's still clear. It's a little glitchy, but you can see it. You can see how the shapes are changing with which operators are affecting each other. And likewise, subsequently, maybe is a better word, you're going to see which pink and purple knobs are changing based on which algorithm is shaped. I'm trying to move it slowly so I can also see what you're seeing. Okay, 23, 24, 25. I told you we have 40 already in here, and then you get to make your own, and that's what I'm going to show you. So I get past 40. Now I'm on mapping zone for making my own algorithms. All the lights are off on our operators. I'm going to go to my panel over here, our buttons. I'm going to go to miscellaneous. So because it's that lighter, like goldish silver color, hit shift to get access to the second tier here. So shift and go to miscellaneous. I'm going to switch to user algorithm using this page button. I was already there. Sweet. Hit yes. Now, I want to emphasize, because as much as I love being hands-on, and I'm like, oh no, look, she's already like, if you're going to be judgy a little bit like me, you're like, they still have to get into the menus. It was like 2 buttons, right? If I can do it, you can do it. There really isn't anything. Hit yes, and user algorithm. And now you are seeing only 2 different pages, okay? You have your matrix and what operators are on and off. So again, our 6 knobs, A through F, are mapped out to each operator. I'm going to turn operator 1 on just by turning the knob. It's off right now. It says OP1, operator 1. Turn it on. Now you see the operator 1 light is on. Great. That is going to function as a carrier. Now I want, let's say, operator 2 to function as a modulator for operator 1. Go to the second page. I'm going to pick over here also our lights of which operators we're talking about. I'm going to go to operator 1, and then I'm going to say, hey, I want operator 2 to function as the modulator. Boom, purple, already there. Super easy. Okay, let's do the next one. Let's say I want operator 3 to be turned on as a carrier. Boom, pink. Go to operator 3 over here, and I want that to be modulated by operator 4. 4. Boom. Purple. Okay, let's not even use operator 5 and 6. I don't feel like it. Let's just do that. Let's see what we have. Again, I think it's always easier to start with sounds off and only focusing on one sound. So I turned all the different levels down. So the volume's down on all these operators. Turn this one up. Okay, I can, again, change the ratio. And let's bring up the modulator for this operator. Sick. Love it. All right, let's see what operator 3 sounds like. Turn up its modulator. Let's see the fullness of them working together. I'm trying to read the chat. Sounds awesome, right? I see James mentions 32 note polyphony. That means I can play 32 sounds at the same time, like this, and you'll hear them all. Also, I'm going to get into, it also has 8-voice unison. So in another patch, or in another program, I'm gonna show you what that sounds like, so it makes sense of these terms. All right, cool. I got my own algorithms. I could save that. I think that's what I wanted to show you with building your own. The other thing is, because it is altered FM, it's not just an FM synthesizer on its own. You can actually change the modes. I think you can do it either by clicking the mode operator here, but a really cool, quick function of doing that is holding down the shift button and then turning the operator knob, and you're gonna see that I'm changing the mode now. Now I just switched to operator 1 being a wave folder. All right, and I can do the same thing with even the wave form. So if I hold down shift and actually slide, there you go. You can see I just changed operator 1 to white noise. Let's see what that sounds like. There's my white noise. Super easy. Hold down shift. I'm gonna just show you again. Okay, sine wave, triangle wave, saw, square, all of it is in there. I'm going so fast that you're like, what does that screen say? But hopefully you're catching these. Let's hear. Okay, bring up the volume. You can do it for your modulators and carriers too. But yeah, that's also, if you click the mode button, it does the same thing. You can see mode. Let's make sure I'm on the right operator there. Operator 1, okay? And then same thing. I can mute it, the operator. Ring, FM, ring, filter. No. What is that one? Filter FM maybe? There's my filter FM. They're also nice little pictures on the panel so you can see what you're going through. Okay, cool. I think you get that idea. Let me show you. I went through like 250 programs and tried to pick out some like my favorite ones. I'm just going to show you some because that's what I would want to know. What if I don't want to build my own and I just want to play? Okay, you can. Let's go through dulled rhythms, number 17. Scroll, scroll, scroll. If you're like, man, I don't want to scroll 250 things, you don't have to. You can save them in your favorites. So this 16-step sequencer, these buttons over here, can also, if I switch this to favorites, I can program which programs are in here. But I didn't do that for you today because I like to scroll through and show off how many different programs are in here. Hit yes, dulled rhythms. This is one that I really like. Let's hear it. Also, by the way, as I do some musical examples, I am using a looper at times, so you can hear how just within one program how much I can manipulate it from what the original was. That was kind of my thinking. So here we go. Let's pick a key. I'm going to turn the analyzer on too, so you can see the waveforms in a picturesque way. This one with, you know, like I said, I'm going to turn this a little bit down as I talk. FM to me initially is like high frequencies and shrilly digital sounds, but I picked this one because it was exactly the opposite of what I assume it's going to sound like. However, with this delayed held tone, you'll hear like the dulled rhythms behind it. You get that like shimmer sparkle right behind it. This is still the same program. I'm just holding down the key. Let's get some contrast with a higher frequency. mistake its prettiness for not having the ability to get wacky too, right? I just love how easily you can change in live playing too. If you're like, let's go, let's get out of here. Octaves too, there is an octave button. With 37 keys, but okay, now I'm just jamming because I enjoy it so much. Let's see, what else? Going through some sounds. Let's see. Yes, the ability to change the modulators in real time. That is what makes this FM synth next level for real. Because FM synthesizers, if you are an FM player, you have experienced either in your computer or in an instrument that it's not very easy to use all of FM synthesis beauty at your fingertips, right? It takes a long time. So this is like, boom, turning things like I would do with an analog synthesizer. But now right here, it's in my world, in my home. Okay, other sounds. Space organ. And this one I picked because I can show you, what number is it? 35. Because I can show you some of the effects. So let's switch. Let's go to the algorithm screen just so you can see. I have my attack, my decay. How's my screen looking? Good. Okay, sometimes with the light changing, the other screen gets wacky. All right. Listen to this reverb. So reason why I switched my screen so you're not just seeing the analyzer is you can actually see the attack, the decay. So these knobs are now functioning just on the main screen as your attack and decay. That's super helpful. So let's get a slower attack. Yeah. Easy. Let's make the decay a little longer too, because I like that. Okay, so also right directly, because this program already has effects in it, remember you can do three effect processingers in here with 30 different effects. This program already has reverb and delay in it, so I can just manipulate it right here instantly. But let's menu dive. Not really menu diving. I want to move away from that. It's not that. I just have to press one button because my brain, like I said, I just shut down when I'm like, no menu diving. Okay, effects, boom. In it, here are 3 effects, 1, 2, and 3. That's showing me the 3 different effects I can have in here instantly. I'm on reverb with effects 3 that I know because my page screen is highlighting which effects I'm talking about. Here's my reverb. Let's turn, there are different types of reverb too. It's on space reverb, hence the space organ name. Room, plate, reverb, chamber, smooth. Let's see, can you hear the difference? Hall, large something, large ... Okay, let's change the time. And the level too. There you go. That's helpful to turn up the level, Natalie. Duh. go. There's our reverb. Let's go into, I said delay was in here. You know what? So you can really hear the delay. I'm going to turn the reverb off. Just a switch off. Let's go to delay. Turn up the level on it. You can change the rhythm. And you know, if you're like, I don't know what that's doing, just turn things and use your ears and be like, do I like it? I think this is like, what does it say under there? Delay R. I feel like that's reverse delay, right? That's funky. You can do this for every single program, right? Whatever effect you want. Let's turn my reverb back on. Reading your chat. Hey, everybody in the chat room. You know, Mark says you always play by ear. I studied music, but when it came to synthesizers, I learned all by ear. Like that was all I did. So I like to sometimes think musically and not just about, sometimes, I don't know. I've been burdened by watching some synth videos and I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. But remember, that's a whole different language too. And sometimes it's okay to use the universal musical language with our ears. That's how I learned synths, by using my ears. Okay, next. So those are our effects. Dyno FM Brass. Okay, I mentioned earlier, if you were tuned in right at the beginning. Hi again, I'm Natalie, if you're tuning in now. We are looking at the opsix. I'm going to pick a sound that sounds brassy because I think that's really special to FM synthesizers. What number is it? 54. Turning my program knob, 54. Hit yes. Let's see what it sounds like instantly. Yes, I love this. And also it has like touch sensitivity, so the harder I play, the more round, more frequency, more resonance. Let's pick a different key. I don't know. Let's play with it a little bit. Look at our algorithm here. We have 4 carriers and 2 modulators. My little trick, by the way, when I do bring up higher frequencies or higher pitches, always turn the volume down because our ears hear them more easily. Oh yeah, let's get some low tones. I think somebody was asking, does it get bassy? Yeah, it sure does. Let's get to 1 carrier. Turn this loop down. You need some sub bass. Can you even hear it? It depends what you're using as your sound. Are you listening in headphones with lots of sub? Do you hear that? I just wanted to give that bass example again. Hopefully you can hear it. I can hear it in these headphones. Okay, other tones. I want to show you the multiple voice unison, which contradicts my brain with vocabulary, but you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. Let's go to this one program called Chord Streaming, number 74. Yes. By the way, if you like played around with the mixer and operator and you're like, I just wanted to go back to it, and you don't want to like, sometimes I just like re-scroll back to the program. You can hit shift, hold down shift, and then the recall button. I just love that one because it makes it a lot easier. I'm like, fresh start. Okay, listen to this. One note, lots of tones, right? Lots of, sounds like a chord. Wasn't there like a Passion Pit song or something that sounded like that? Back in like 2000 something. When indie pop got super heavy into like synthesizers. Okay. So you can hear that there's a glide, right? It kind of slides when I play. Detached, it's not happening. But if I hold down and then go to another note, it slides. Now I'm going to exaggerate that. Let's go to the voice. So shift voice right here. Shift voice. Okay. It's on a legato glide currently. So legato just means to play connected in Italian. So if I hold my fingers, my thumb is down still, playing the C with my pinky before I pick up my thumb. That's my legato. Turn it off. It's not going to do that even if I am holding keys down. Turn it so it's always on, legato. The glide is always on now, so I can actually play staccato, picked up, but it's still going to slide. And then change the time so it's an even slower, dramatic slide. I just turned it up. Before it actually gets to the note, it's going to take its sweet time. Right. So that's all in your voice menu. And then now let's talk about this 8 unison sound. So my D over here, unison, is going to control that. It says 8 already. I think it's easy to hear if I turn. Oh, let's just turn the glide back to legato. So it's only when I want it to do it. Okay, now it's my unison's off. Listen, I'm going to also make sure they're all in tune. So there's a detune button, and I'm going to make the spread of the different sounds, the different pitches, to 0 right now. Okay, so this is the program as is without the crazy unison. Let's turn it up. Maybe your ears can hear it, but I realize it's a lot easier to hear. I detune the voices slightly. So now you can hear that. I'm going to be real. My brain's not like, I can hear 8 unison right now, but it's definitely different. If I scroll through, right, add more. And then if I make my spread wider, you're going to also hear the notes kind of pull apart. It literally is a stereo spread here. Oh, does anybody here listen to Alice Coltrane? I'm looking at my chat to see. I hope someone says yes. I love her, but if anyone's listened to the Divine Songs tape, I don't know if it's anywhere in the digital platforms, but it starts off with these synths that just like glide all the way through, and it sounds kind of like this. I love it. It's so epic. Right? Oh, synthesizers. Okay. That's our voice unison. How am I on time? I can still show you lots of things. Good. Okay. Any questions so far for me? Tyler, yes, to Alice Coltrane. I think that's what your exclamation mark yes is too. Yes. Good. Okay, let's look at Deep Space, number 110. This is when I'm like, oh, I get it. 32-note polyphony. Cool. With effects, with the spread. You can hear it all in this patch. With slow decay, right? And release. To get your ethereal space jams on with Michael Jordan. Throw in a minor. I just like to show that one because if you're like into cinematic, ambient, anything that would want to sound like that, it's already programmed in there at your fingertips. I don't know. Let's look at some bell tones. Maverick Bells, 129. Whoops, passed it. Here it is. This is like FM extreme to me. Look, what? Question. Is the opsix good for learning FM? Does it have any visual aid above other FM synthesizers? Yes. I think, well, you know, I didn't get into FM synthesizers before this synth because I couldn't understand it. And so I'm totally new to FM synthesis. Believe it or not, I hopefully have convinced you that I'm not new to it. But yes. The answer is yes. It is so intuitive, super easy if you know other types of synths or if you don't even. Because one, the programs are at your fingertips and so is the whole panel for editing FM, right? Like you have your operators, they're lit up. Korg made a tool to bring the technology of FM synthesis to not be scary. That's how I view it. I think anyone might view it that way, even if you were like, I don't think FM synths are scary. I'm a master at FM synths, which, hooray, that means you're really smart. I could not figure it out. But this is just like no menus at your fingertips, lit up with color coding. I think it's a really, really beneficial tool to anyone that wants to learn FM synthesizers. There's my spiel. Yeah, and the algorithms too, for sure, are in here. Visual, I'm not showing them right now, but there it is. The algorithms are there. There are different, look, I'm on that bell patch right now. Let's just go through the different algorithms and you can see how it's changing it. Or here, see and hear, right? I don't know what kind of learner you are. Maybe you like both. Like totally different now because you can see that we have way more modulators happening for operator 1. Okay, I'm not gonna go through all 40, but there are 40 in here. And then if you're like, oh no, I wanted to go back to that bell sound. And that doesn't sound like it. Shift recall, right? Yes, here it is again. Easy. Let's see, another sound. Membrane pluck, I also thought was super cool for FM synth tones, 123. Thanks for being here, people. I hope this is fun for you. It's fun for me, that's for sure. Looking at the opsix, one of Korg's newest synthesizers, with me, Natalie Chami. Okay, pluck sounds, cool. I think it's really great because it also is defying what I said earlier about like, I think of FM as really shrilly and sparkly and really like resonant-y and resonancy, I don't know, you know, vocab. But this is super warm and round. fingertips, you got your slower attack. Slower. This. So pretty. You know, too much decay can get muddy real fast, but that might be your thing. Ooh, this sounds like a flute now. You can hear like more air. This is me showing you air. Let's see, what about if there's more of my pluck, turning the attack down. You know what this would be good with? Some delay. Go to my effects. Let's add a... That one already has reverb on it. I don't want to mess with that. I'll turn the limiter off. Let's see if I can add... There's my delay. Because I have a short attack and a somewhat short delay. Or decay, sorry. So it's always fun. I can do some like Terry Riley-esque things if that's your thing. Let's get more delay actually. Level up. Play in time, Natalie. It's hard with delay sometimes. Like he would have more. Let's see. It's not what I was trying to do, but I like it. Ooh, you hear that bass? This one sounds really funny. It's like so distant sounding in my headphones. That brings me to some percussion sounds that I can show you. This is also really great with FM synthesizers. Yeah, let's just go to the drum kit that's already programmed in here. Let me show you. 217. Electric drum kit. That's appropriate. FM synthesizers can do this. Right, I don't play beats, but you know what? I will show you with the sequencer. So it's on sequencer. I checked, you know, sometimes it's like on favorite and I'm like, no, I just lost my sound. Go to sequencer, lights change, another pretty green. Let's hit play. Let's just hear what's happening. Okay, levels. I'm curious what each operator sounds like. Bring in the hi-hats. Take out the bass. Right, and you can program all of these. Like if I wanted 5 and 7 to have a rest, right, I can do that. You can either do it in real time or you can just select clear. I want to hold down clear and hit 5. I don't want that to be a sound anymore. And what did I say, 7? There, let's see what that sounds like now. So great sequencer too, right? And actually the other thing is you can record your motion. So if I played around with either the operators or the level of the operators, that can be recorded. So I'm gonna hit record and I'll do it. I'll show you. You're gonna see the screen changes. Watch. There's my metronome. There it is, right? So other things, and you can also record that motion while it's not playing in real time. So if you wanted to program the motion for each step in the sequence, you can do that too. It's another cool thing. Okay, there's our drum kit. I want to show you keys. Oh yeah, people are asking about the keys. Yeah, I know. Some people don't like having the keyboards. I gotta say, I like having the keyboards. And it's not like the keyboard panel. They just want it as a modulator or whatever. But I like it because I play the keys. And then it doesn't feel like I'm playing a computer. But everybody has their different preferences. I feel it. Luckily, it's not that large of a synth. Let's see. I want to show you Big Moon for some bass, because I know people were asking about bass and maybe you didn't hear it as well, but here's a program that is bass. There are a bunch of programs that are just for bass, but this is one that I liked, 169. Oh yeah, this kind of has like the effect that one of the sounds I played, the dulled rhythms, where you play it, but if you hold it, you're gonna hear like the after effect of the frequency modulators. Listen. Love even that like trail, that audio tail, or I don't know, that's a more DAW word, but that lingering and decay and delay is so sick. Just like the texture, the levels of intricacies of the tones that are happening in one key attack. Like, what? I love that patient listening if you can hear all of that. Okay. Another thing, let me show you one more thing about what time is it? Oh, yes, perfect. I think I have like 5 to 10 more minutes. I'll show you another sequencer. I don't think, besides the percussion, I didn't play so much with the sequencer. 76. And if you're like, yo, cool showcase of the sounds, but I want to like get under the hood some more, like virtual patching, I want to be able to map out my control panel to different effects. We actually made on our Korg website, either YouTube or Facebook, I did maybe a couple weeks ago, deep dive into the opsix. So if you're like, Natalie didn't show us that, there is a video where you can see that. So check that one out too, if you're like, let's get next level with this, and not just an overview. Go for it. And hopefully I got some next level stuff in here too. Let's see, 76. Dub stab. Let's hear it. I love the creativity in the naming. Yes, let's just play it. Let's see what's already happening. Play. It's fun to watch. You can see that in this program, there were effects and motion being recorded. So there it is live that you can watch it. Let's go through the other effects if it's doing that. No, it's just that one. So on the spring, reverb probably there. It's awesome. Okay, let's cut. There's our one operator. There's our harmony. More harmony. There's some bass. I think this is our drum kit here. Our bass kick. And this is adding our little flutteries. Take the bass out, bring it back in. And if you can record over these while it's playing. You can also like turn off the metronome if you're like, I want to record in real time, but I don't want people to hear the metronome. You can do that through your global settings and your miscellaneous settings. Like fine tune exactly how you want this amazing machine to work for you. Everything's like easily manipulatable. You can manipulate everything in here. Like to make sounds and words. Record some motion. Made a new thing. Let's look at the analyzer. Cool. I think maybe my time is running out, but Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had fun as I was having fun. And check out some of the other events that are happening today with Synthesthesia. It's cool to be here. I'm Natalie with Korg. See ya next time. Thank you. Thanks all.